Hey guys, it's Dustin. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have another match for you guys. On the left is my friend Harrison, who's playing Sacred Beasts, and on the right it is me playing a Harpie combo deck that sets up an infinite negate board. Harrison rolls a 6 and I roll a 4. Let's get started. Alright, Harrison is going first. And he's going to start off by summoning Dark Beckoning Beast, which allows him to search for Uriah, Raviel, Hammond, or one card with either of those in its text. It also allows you an extra normal summon of a Fiend with 0 attack and 0 defense. And you're going to see me read his cards several times during this video because I'm not 100% familiar with all of these. I haven't played against them enough. So he's going to search for Opening of the Spirit Gates. And then he's going to activate Opening of the Spirit Gates to search for Raviel. Eventually. And then Harrison is going to activate 1-for-1 by discarding Darkest Diabolos to special summon Chaos Summoning Beast. Chaos Summoning Beast effect is going to be able to tribute itself to special summon Raviel from the hand. Since a dark monster was tributed, Darkest Diabolos comes back out of the graveyard, and then he uses his effect to tribute Dark Beckoning Beast to make me send a card back to the top or the bottom of my deck from my hand. It's my choice. So I send back the Mist Valley Thunderbird to the bottom. Then he uses Chaos Summoning Beast effect in the graveyard to banish it, to add Fallen Paradise to his hand, which is a field spell that allows him to draw 2 cards if he controls a Raviel, a Uriah, or Hammond. The card's really good. So he activates it to draw 2 cards. Then he activates Cerulean Skyfire, which is a continuous spell that allows you to switch Hammond to defense mode in order to negate a spell, trap, or the effect of a spell or trap. And that doesn't activate. It negates the effect of resolution. It's kind of a crazy card. Also, Fallen Paradise prevents targeting of Raviel, Uriah, or Hammond. Cerulean Skyfire also says if one of them leaves the field, he takes no damage for the rest of the turn. I start my turn by discarding Harpie Queen, which allows me to search for Harpie's Hunting Ground. I activate Harpie's Hunting Ground and normal summon Harpie Harpus to trigger Hunting Ground to destroy Fallen Paradise. Then I activate Hysteric Sign to search my deck for Elegant Egotist. Elegant Egotist allows me to special summon a Harpie Lady from the deck if I control a Harpie Lady. Harpie's Hunting Ground will destroy the Cerulean Skyfire. And then I will link them off into Romulus. Also, Harrison realized that he forgot to summon a token off of Ravio, so that's fine. I am linking off into Romulus, it's just taking me forever. Romulus effect on summon allows me to search for a Dragoonity spell. So I add the Dragoonity Divine Lance, which I equip to Romulus. While it's equipped, I get to put a Dragoonity Tuner into my Spawn Trap card zone as an equip to a Dragoonity monster. So I get Dragoonity Phalanx. While Phalanx is an equip, it can special summon itself. Then I link Romulus off into Link Cross to get 2 tokens. Phalanx and one of the tokens will be used as synchro material to summon Martial Metal Marcher, which allows me to special summon Phalanx back. Then the Martial Metal Marcher and the Link Cross will be linked away into Halqifibrax, which will allow me to special summon a tuner from the deck, which I go for Mist Valley Shaman. The only thing relevant about Shaman is it is a Wing Beast tuner. There are other options, but that's the one I happen to play. I link Shaman and Halqifibrax off into Samord. Then I start the Guard Dragon engine by linking Phalanx into LP. LP will allow me to summon World Chalice Guard Dragon from the deck. And then I will link off the Guard Dragon into Pisty. Pisty's effect will allow me to special summon the Guard Dragon back from my graveyard. Then I link LP and Pisty off into Galaxy Satellite Dragon, which turns off my being locked into dragons. So I link off the Guard Dragon into Link Haribo. And then I link away my 2 dark monsters into Union Carrier. Union Carrier will allow me to equip a monster for my deck to a monster I control, as long as it has the same type or attribute. But first I'm going to use Link Haribo's effect in the graveyard by attributing a token, because the token's level 1. It takes me a while to remember what I'm doing here, so I'm fast forwarding before I finally use Union Carrier's effect. To equip Mist Valley Thunderbird from my deck to the Samord, because they are both wind. During this time, I forget that Union Carrier makes it so that the equipped monster has 1,000 more attack. So I could have attacked over the Diabolos, but that never occurred to me. I go to attack the token with Samord. And it takes me a while to make plays because I realize that I shouldn't have gone into this full combo with those two huge monsters on the field. End phase, I used some Morg's effect to special summon Mist Valley Apex Avion from my hand. Harrison draws for turn. Tries to activate Swords of Concealing Light, but I use Apex Avion to bounce the Thunderbird to negate it. And then Thunderbird's mandatory effect will special summon itself in defense. It doesn't have to be defense, but that's how I chose to do it. Then he sets a card and attempts to attack over the Apex Avion with Ravio, not realizing that Link Rebo contribute itself to make his attack 0. So he'll crash into the Apex Avion and take 2900. It's 2900 because of the Harpie's Hunting Ground. The Apex Avion is a winged beast. Then he'll attack over it with the Diabolos. It'll beat it by 100. Main phase 2. He'll activate the second effect of opening, which I have to read. It'll allow him to discard a card to special summon Dark Beckoning Beast from the graveyard. He discarded Uriah. Then he'll tribute summon Dark Summoning Beast and use its effect to tribute itself to special summon Hammond from the deck. Now he originally special summons it in defense, but he's gonna eventually want to switch that to attack, which I let him. He banished the Dark Summoning Beast to add Raviel to his hand. I let him switch it to attack mode. Then he used the third effect of opening to add Cerulean Skyfire from his graveyard to his hand. It's crazy that that card has that many effects. The reason he needed Hammond in attack mode is because Cerulean Skyfire requires to switch Hammond to defense mode to negate the spell or trap. During the end phase, Morg's effect activates to special summon a winged beast from the deck, as long as its level is equal to or less than the number of unoccupied spell and trap card zones on the entire field. So I go for Harpie Perfumer after thinking about it and explaining to him. Harpie's Hunting Ground is mandatory, so it's Chainlink 1, Perfumer's Chainlink 2, because it searches on summon. I attempted to destroy my Hysteric Sign, which would have gotten me 3 Harpie cards, but Cerulean Skyfire was able to negate Harpie's Hunting Ground's effect at resolution. I still got to search for Elegant Egotist off Perfumer, but I just didn't get to search for my 3 other cards. Also, is at this moment that I realized that I forgot to search for Harpie Harpist's effect last turn, which sucks. But it didn't end up mattering. I use World Chalice Guard Dragon's effect from the graveyard to banish it to special summon a normal monster from the graveyard, which is Harpie Lady, which will trigger Honey Ground to destroy a set card, which is Hyper Blaze. Then I overlay Perfumer and Harpie Lady into Lightning Chidori. Use its effect to put Hammond back on top of the deck. Then I normal summon Harpie Queen to trigger Honey Ground to destroy Cerulean. Then activate Elegant Egotist to get Harpie Lady to destroy the opening of the Spirit Gates. He decides that he knows I'm going to win because he knows I play Utopia double, and I show him the double or nothing is in my deck and instead of my hand. So he scoops and I win game 1. Game 2, Harrison's gonna opt to go first. He starts his turn and uses effect to search. He's gonna add Awakening of the Sacred Beasts. This card's quite annoying to deal with if you have to build a combo before you can get rid of it, like my deck. That card makes the controller gain life points every time the opponent summons a monster. The life points equal to the attack of the monsters that are being summoned. I'm going to use the effect of it to extra normal summon Chaos Summoning Beast, which he will tribute to special summon Hammond from the hand. And then he banishes the Chaos Summoning Beast to get Fallen Paradise. I heard Searchable Pot of Greeds are really good. He activates the Fallen Paradise. Draws 2 cards. Then he activates Terraforming to search for another Fallen Paradise. That was my attempt to show the camera Dragonity Phalanx in my hand, but I missed. Good job, me. Phalanx happens to be the only card in the whole combo that if you draw it in your opening hand, you can't perform the combo. Anyway, he activates Allure of Darkness, draws 2 cards, and banishes Raviel from his hand. Then he activates Cerulean Skyfire, sets 2 cards to the back row, and passes. In the draw phase, he flips up Summon Limit and Awakening of the Sacred Beast, which lets him gain life points equal to the attack of any monster that I summon during the turn. It does other things too, depending on if you have more Sacred Beasts on the field. but that's the only relevant effect right now. I normal summon Harpie Channeler. I activate Elegant Egotist, which he negates with Cerulean Skyfire. And I think about using Channeler's effect, but instead I decide to use Harpie Queen's effect first, because I need to start getting rid of his back row. So I grab the Hunting Ground. And I don't remember what we were talking about right here. Activate Hunting Ground. Use Channeler's effect. Discard Harpist. Special summon Perfumer. Destroy the summon limit. And search for Perfumer's effect. He also gained 1600 from the trap card. Search Elegant Egotist, activate it to get Harpie Lady. And I'll end up destroying the trap card. And he gained another 1500 for that, by the way. So he's got a lot of life points right now. Then I overlay in a Lightning Chidori. And I take a second to decide what I want to do with it. But I end up detaching. And I, at first, think about Cerulean Skyfire. Then I think about Fallen Paradise. And then at the last second, I decided, no, I am going to go with the Cerulean Skyfire. It was a little indecisive. But I wanted to destroy the Fallen Paradise instead of return it to the top, because if I can't get rid of the Hammond, I don't want him to draw 2 more cards next turn. Even though I already, at this point, forgot that he terraforming for another one. Use Harpie's Feather Rest to shuffle in 3 Harpies to draw a card. And then during the end phase, I search for Harpie Harpist to search for Harpie Channeler. He draws, activates the Fallen Paradise that I forgot about. He gets to just draw 2 free cards. And he uses Feather Duster on my Hunting Ground, which is a little ironic. He activates Opening of the Spirit Gates, and he takes a minute to decide what he wants to get. Sorry, there's lots of indecision in this game. He ends up searching for Dark Summoning Beast.
He activates Cerulean Skyfire after switching him into attack. Attacks over the conductor, which I take battle damage, and I also take 1000 damage from Hammond's effect. When it destroys a monster by battle, I take 1000 damage. Then mid phase 2, he tributes for Dark Summoning Beast. Then uses Dark Summoning Beast effect to special summon Raviel from the deck. Now he's got two 4000 attack monsters on the field that can't be targeted by card effects. He manages to add Hammond to his hand as well. Passes back to me. I draw. And I end up scooping, because there's nothing I can do at this point. Game 3, I have the option to go first, which I gladly take. I summon Harpie Channeler, discard Harpie Harpist for the effect, to special summon Perfumer from the deck, which will allow me to search for Elegant Egotist. I go ahead and link those two away into Romulus. Romulus effect will allow me to search for the Dragunity Divine Lance. Equip the Dragunity Divine Lance and equip the Phalanx from my deck. Phalanx effect will allow me to special summon it. Link away Romulus into Link Cross. Get the 2 tokens. Synchro into Martial Metal Marcher, which allows me to bring back the Phalanx. Then I'll link away the Marcher and the Link Cross into Halqifibrax, which will special summon Mist Valley Shaman from the deck. Link away the Halqifibrax and the Shaman into Simorgh. Link away the Phalanx into LP. LP lets me special summon the World Chalice Guard Dragon from the deck. Link that away into Pisty. Pisty's effect brings back the World Chalice Guard Dragon. Then the LP and the Pisty get linked away into Galaxy Satellite Dragon. Then link the Guard Dragon away into Linkuriboh. Link those two away to Union Carrier. Union Carrier's effect. Equip the Mist Valley Thunderbird from the deck to Simorgh. Use Linkuriboh's effect in the graveyard to tribute the token to bring it back. And I attempt to banish the World Legacy Guard Dragon to bring back the normal Harpie, but I didn't end up summoning it during this combo, so I couldn't do it. That's normally what I do, but it didn't end up mattering. I was bringing it back so that I could have Harpie's Featherstorm live in my hand, but I can always just set it because Simorgh is a winged beast, so it's still fine. End phase, I special summon Apex Avion from the deck with some Org, and this is full combo. I have an infinite negate board, and I get a search for Harpist effect in the end phase. Which I'll grab Channeler. Harrison's explaining to me that he doesn't have anything in his hand that he can play that can out this, because if he tries to attack over the Apex Avion or the Thunderbird, Link Rebo can just make the attack 0. And he doesn't play Kaijus. He's not happy to see this combo, and I don't blame him. It's not a fun combo to stare down, but it's what I'm playing right now. So he ends up setting his hand face down and passing. He didn't draw, but he still passes. And scoops. So that's the end of the match. I end up taking this one with an infinite negate board. Sorry, Harrison. Still love you, buddy. Thanks for watching the video, and we will see you guys next time.